Alright, well, let's try this a second time. Because before, I had a little bit of a problem with microphone. So I actually decided to restream this. Because I figured I'm going to be staying on here anyways. For a little bit while longer. So Paladins. I don't know how many of you watching have ever played this before. But Paladins is a really awesome game. I've been playing it since early summer, and some friends of mine got me onto this. All right, that works. Guess I don't have to reset my. Anyways, I'm still new to live. Yes, I've streamed on Twitch before and that, but I've never done YouTube. So, anyways, Paladins. So let's take a look at this before we actually hop in, just to give you guys a quick introduction. And if you want to skip ahead, that will be down in the notes, in the comment, the description. Sorry. It will be down in the description where that time comes in. So, if you've never played this game before, it's in open beta right now. It's been since, I think, sometime last year they first put it up. And this game is an objective-based game. So there are different game modes, but in all of them you have to initially capture and hold a point. There's a King of the Hill version, there's a capture and push version. But you have two teams competing, two teams of 5. And there are 4 different classes. So let's take a look through the classes. You notice down here, I wish that we could sort these based on the classes. You notice they have different little symbols underneath their names. All right, here we've got a shield. That's for their front lines. That means that the front line is basically a tank. They're just there to be a bullet sponge. They absorb lots of damage. They have lots of health. They have shields, regen, things like this, so that they can stay up and stay alive. So that's them. Their primary purpose is to hold the position. This next guy, that little assassin knives right underneath, he is a flank. So this class is basically sneak behind enemy lines, come up from behind, and stab them in the back. That's kind of what that class is all about. And they can do a lot of damage in a short amount of time, but they also have very little health. So there's a big counter to that. It doesn't take a ton to take them down, as long as you can land your hits. Some of them are very mobile, and that is a huge bonus for them, because if, obviously, like I say, if you can't hit them, you can't kill them. So I've got a friend who likes one particular character. Where is she? Right down here, Maeve. He likes to put, what is it called? Nimble. The nimble skill on her. And that just makes her move really fast. And that makes him just about untouchable as Maeve. So that's the flanks. They sneak in, they do a lot of damage, but they don't have a lot of health. Skip a few down here. This symbol is the sword. This is a damage champion. Now, just what you might expect, their point is to take a lot of damage and just put it out as fast as they can. So take down the enemy's front lines, or tanks, most people call them the tank. Take out their front lines, take out their other damage, take out their flanks, take out their healers, support. And that's their entire purpose. They come in all shapes and sizes. Like this guy here, right here, Drogos. He's a dragon. He flies for short periods of times. And he has, oh, you can't actually see that because of my, let me go to a different one. Let's go down here to Anne. So she is a sniper, essentially. She has a rifle that she uses, and she can pick off people from a long distance. And so that's their purpose. And this right here is a bomb king. He just throws bombs and manually detonates them over time. And he can put out so many bombs at a time, and then they start going away. You know, a lot of games, they don't let you stack too much. So that's the front lines, this shield, the flanks with these little knives, and then the damage. Now the last class is support right here. This guy's name is Genos, and this lady here, her name is Saris. She's actually my favorite character right now. Their primary purpose is to heal up your teammates. So for the tanks, they primarily are going to sit right next to these other guys, and just feed them health. Feed them health, because if you can keep your tank on the point to capture it and to hold it and keep the other team from capturing it, as long as you can keep him alive, you're good. Now, obviously, that means that if you take out the healer, the support, then it's going to be a lot easier to take down the front lines, the tanks. So a lot of times that will be the flanks' purpose, is actually to take out their healer and then to take out their damage. That way their front lines are all alone, because they don't usually put out a ton of damage. You can build them so they can, but it takes some skill to build and then play it that way. That's not their intended purpose. So those are the 4 classes. You've got the tanks, the flanks, damage, and the healers. So that's a basic introduction to the structure. Let's go ahead and jump into a match. You have casual, which is usually people are testing out new builds, new characters that they're trying out. It's not real structured. But then you get into competitive. Once you've played so much, you've unlocked so many champions and such, you're allowed to get into competitive. This is where the strategy really starts to come in. And people will coordinate ahead of the game so that they can set up who's going to play what roles. Usually what you run with, the standard is 2 tanks, 1 flank, 1 damage, 1 healer. And the healer should go a strong heal, because they can do some other things too. They can do a little bit of area control, keeping people on or off the point, for example. But if there's only 1 healer, they really need to focus on keeping the tanks alive, especially if you've got 2 tanks, because that's a lot of health to keep filled up, because the other team is just going to be constantly putting out damage. So that's usually the strategy that they roll with. Now let's, I guess while we're waiting, we can go through a little bit more. Let me walk you through some stuff with Ceres and the way that I usually play her. So cards. This game is built off of cards, sets of cards. You have 1 legendary, and this is essentially like that super good skill that you can swap out. In Call of Duty, what are those called? Perks? Or no, actually those would be the other cards. Anyways, this gives you a special ability through the game. So this is my favorite for Ceres when I'm running her as a healer. Increase the range and of Restore Soul, that's her healing ability, by 300%, and duration by 1 second. Now that 1 second can make a huge difference. Say hello to Kitty. Whoops! Hello, Kitty! He doesn't want to say hello. I guess we'll keep here. I'm gonna... Got support, and hopefully there's not going to be somebody who's insistent on taking support, because that's what I usually go with. Like I said, Ceres is my favorite. Now you're going to have to go when I start playing. The other one does too, but this one's more of a cuddler when I'm here. So we've got a tank, we've got damage, and I'm 4th in line. I've got 1. Hopefully they don't pick their turn. Damage, and take Ceres, because if they take a character or if they ban a character, each team gets 1 ban, then it's gone. You can't pick it. In casual, each team can have duplicates. He's last pick, so that probably means our next guy is gonna roll with flank, unless he really wants something else. Jerk. The silver outline, you notice the outlines here. This one has nothing. That means awesome.
Ceres.
So that means he hasn't played in competitive much at all. Then you've got a bronze level, hey, silver, gold, and ultimately up here, I forget what that's called. Okay, you're gonna. Bye. Alright, so, he's also picking Wreck-R. He switched. Okay, good. Good. So he's got, but he took tank off of the last guy. But I can double. Yeah. See, this is the no Ingles. Oh, New England base. This. I was thinking. Drogo's. Oh. Awesome. So there's some options. Yeah. So after you pick, you can actually do some switching. You see right here, if you've got another character that your teammates grabbed for you, you can lock them in early and then swap. So that's really, really nice if you've got a popular character that you're really good with and you play. Like I said, if the other team takes her, can't have her or him. So that's a nice feature. All right, so Ceres, my chosen legendary card, the special skill that you get every time, is to increase her range on healing because she works off of line of sight. And if you can see the person with that legendary, most of the time you can start to heal them. Now you can back off and around corners, and you don't have to keep line of sight in order to... But that initial context is required. So, as a healer, if you don't pick that card, usually you have to be really close to the fighting. And I kind of go in and out, but there are a lot of tight situations where one of your front lines is about to die, and you've got to nab them from a distance. So it's almost a must if you're going to run her as your healer and not as damage. Because you can run her as a damage. I think one time I broke 100,000 damage with her, but that's not super common. Usually you see 60s, 70s, somewhere in there for damage. And I have this build set for basically in and out. If I'm in danger, I can use my... Actually, let's take another look at it. If you're in danger, you can get away faster by reducing the cooldown and casting it faster, and then you can move faster. But then Restore Soul for healing, the cooldown is lower, and while I'm healing other people, I heal myself a little bit as well. So that's my standard build. Now, what I always start out with Ceres when I'm running this build is Chronos, and that means that her abilities, her cooldown is lower. It drops off 10% for each tier, and so that is hugely important for your healer, that they can run as much healing as possible, and hopefully not get flanked. Viv Drogos! So since my tank is still good to go, I'll usually run my my healing off to other characters in mid. But your tank is the most important to keep up, so I am monitoring him. Come on, cool down. Oh, he's gone. Dang it. Okay. Where? Okay. It's on point. Take out their healer if I can. Come on. Yeah. There she is gone. Alright, we got their Fernando. Or no, that's Makoa. And I also have the pretty bad habit of backing into things like you saw me do right there. Nope, I'm out. I'm out. Alright, and heal up for... That's why I was thinking Fernando when it was actually... Because our Fernando must have been next to him. So, now the auto-aim in this game sometimes can really screw you over with healing. Because it will grab the wrong person. And when it does that, your cooldown will be reset. That means you've got to wait again. So if somebody's in a tight spot, like that, I meant to grab Fernando. If you're in a tight spot, sorry, Drogos, then you can be really screwed over, like I'm about to be killed here by him. All right. And then that does nobody any good. But I should have just tried to warp away. But that means I get to spend something. Let's grab Haven. The direct attacks damage comes down. Now that doesn't cover area damage. Like if somebody's running Drogos, he deals damage in an area. And there it is. he deals damage in the area, so it doesn't reduce that. So you have to keep that in mind anytime that you're building anything. Alright, their damage is trying to flank me. Out. Alright. Take her out. No! Didn't? Alright, there it is. Right. Come on, line of sight, line of sight, line of sight. There he is. Gone. Ando, come on. Woo! I jumped out down a really stupid spot. Really stupid. So like I said, I am focusing just on our tanks because if I can keep them alive, I can help keep the objective pushed. And that's what matters ultimately. You don't want to sorry. Trying to narrate while also playing.
30 seconds
and it doesn't
remaining.
always work out for the best. Whoa! Out, 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 out.
Help.
Focusing on, get back to that, okay. So I focus hard
15
on healing
seconds
our
remaining.
front lines because usually they're staying on point. Not always,
9,
obviously. Sometimes
8,
they back away
7,
and do not
6,
stay on point.
5, 4,
But
3,
we've lost
2,
this push probably because
1.
all it takes is them getting us far enough away and then it's over.
enemy killing spree.
So we've got to stick really close and this is done. Out, out, out. I just barely got away on that one. Have him. And he's not put out too much damage from cover. So annoying. Guy's playing him really well. Yeah, I couldn't have healed him normally.
Enemy
Blocking.
rampage.
I will return.
Ooh, he got a kill after. Alright, let's see how many points we have to spend. Chronos again. Cool that down because it is hugely important that your healers put out as much health as possible. Some people don't really get that concept that your support needs to heal, and they will. I was playing the other day. I was playing the other day with somebody who was playing a character named Pip. Oh,
Point spawning in 15
that was
seconds.
Torvald there. He gave me a temporary shield. If you didn't see down there on my my health that's down in the bottom left corner. They were playing Pip, and they ran a build
4,
that was like
3,
totally
2,
aggro.
1.
He was his weapons were maxed out, and he didn't have any Chronos, so his healing abilities were not set up to run like you're supposed to with support. Because if you, oh wow, they put out so much damage so fast. Sarah's can be really good if you can run the cooldowns well. Body is out. Oh my gosh, that was so close. Come on, Drovos, get him. Yes, that's teamwork. That's teamwork. And it was in back, and come on, Torvald. Yes.
Give them hell.
Had so many times where the auto aim ripped me off with the healer, and it grabbed the wrong person. He was either full or almost full, and then our guy dies because it all went to the wrong person, and that sucks so hard, so much. Zin back there, I think. Line of sight. And cooldown. Sorry, Fernando. I should have probably on you instead of on Drogos. But at least he's still around, I guess. What are you doing running away? On point. On point. Whoa, no. I'm dead. Okay. That's one of the things about Mako, why he's so annoying, is he can pull you out of your safe space. Like if you are running Ashe, for instance. She is one of the tanks. she has as her ultimate ability that you can only activate every now and then once it's charged up. She has a temporary invincibility, and Makoa is an awesome counter to her because he can pull you out of that when you're almost dead. Damage on here. Come on. Come on. There it is. And you can pull her out, and if she went in initially really low on health, then out of here, stupid Zin.
Stop the payload.
Dang it. Whew. I just barely made it out of that one alive. All by myself. I really hope you guys are not AFK. Alright, they're not AFK. I don't want to. Just buying their stuffs. Ah, go with shield. Really cool thing about her attack, Theris, playing right now, is that, and I didn't actually know this until recently, get him, yeah, is that her attacks actually go through opponents, and they can continue to mark someone else in the meantime. So if you've got people who are all stacked up, get near me, come on, there it is. If you can get people to stack themselves up, you can do a lot of damage really fast by just putting it out into the group. And there she is. She's gone. Come out. Oh, oh, he missed me. Pull down. Come on, Brock. You're dead. You're dead. You're gonna die. And okay, let's go back in here. Torvald is not running a very good tank today. Seems to be running away like a little bit. No, I'm out. I'm dead. Oh, Torvald saved me. And I'm dead. My Shadow Walk was not quite recharged. And
30 seconds remaining.
They grab Haven.
Enemy killing spree.
Glad drove our damage and not their damage.
Enemy rampage.
Oh.
15 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah, they're running
Enemy
two healers.
Killing spree. 10, 9.
Brock, I've heard a few people run him for damage as well.
2,
So
1.
that would make sense if you have somebody just kind of in the background running healer, if the other guy is focusing on healer. And oh, there it is. Get that shield up. And now my goal is just to keep them alive long enough to push them away. We might have it now. We can get Zin away. That's it. That's game. Not game. That's round. Cool. So up top, overtime, if you hadn't noticed that, if you hadn't played this before, crazy, working for like a month. Up near the top where it's got the countdown, when the countdown timer runs out, you can still push it through to the end. So you don't have to do it within the amount of... Not too... Oh, Maeve isn't... Okay. As long as you stay on top of the objective, I don't know just how far out you're allowed to go, you can still push it to the end. And that is really useful if there are so many occasions where your team has pushed it right up to the end and it's sitting like mostly on the little circle platform. Out of here. Out of here. Turd. Nope, nope, nope. He's running his defense, and now he's done. Follow him so he can't. Dang it! hate him so much. Zin is, like, it's probably my least favorite character. In other people's hands, I can't play him. But, or rather, I guess I don't play him. I think I've tried him like once. I didn't understand him. No, dang it, wrong button. That doesn't often. That particular skill. But you see how much damage he just put out into our tank? Dang it, I healed the wrong guy. That is what I wanted. He put out so much. Here we go. There's that mortal reach. Coming into play. Are you getting Zin? Did you get him? Oh.
Overtime.
Good. Bye. Turn. Dang it! It just went that. Perfect example. I wanted to heal Fernando, but instead it healed Torvald, and it screwed us over because then Fernando died. There's Drogos. So much heals, so much damage, and there goes Torvald. Okay.
Stop the payload.
All right. Out, 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 out. Only guy up front, I guess. All right, Maeve. Oops. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, wow. Did you see how fast he just went down?
Enemy killing spree.
Gotcha.
Enemy killing spree.
That Grok is definitely not acting main healer. I'm betting that Ying is going to have more of the healing. Holy crap!
Group up.
He has spent so much. Grok has spent so much on his stuff. That will help. I'm actually not sure if Grok is primarily direct or area damage. That would make a big difference in my time with him. Holy crap, they pushed that really far up. Ying is able to teleport out like a boss. She's good at pulling herself out of bad situations. Myself back up here. As long as we can stop them from finishing. You see how close that is? We got 50 seconds left. As long as we can stop them from finishing and then push them away from the objective. That is all it takes in order to prevent them from winning this round. And we desperately need it, because if they push it all the way, the game is over and they've won. Come on, Grok, you're dead!
Seconds remaining.
Alright, yeah. They might make it back in time. They've got a couple of really mobile players. But now they're all split up. That is the benefit of
15 seconds remaining.
having it so close to your own base, is that
10,
you kill any one of them, they're pulled out of the match, and it takes them a long time to get across.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sweet! And successful. Okay, final round. Now this is where it gets interesting. So, if you haven't played this before and you're not aware of the ins and outs of how everything runs, I'm not going to be able to spend these last points if I don't now. Let's run... they've got 2 healers. We have 2 people running Cauterize, Drogos and Nice. That's a lot of area damage on Cauterize.
Point spawning in 15 seconds.
Let's pick Deft Hands then. And, Turtle has his ult.
5,
Yeah,
4,
I have been,
3,
oops.
2.
I have not been
1.
running my ult. Oops. Very bad for me. You've probably been yelling at me, anybody who's watching this, and if you know this game. 5 Drogos. There's Zin! Turd! I hate him! No, wrong! Dang it! Went to Torvald instead. Heal, 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 heal! Yes, alright, that's what we want. And is gone. Okay, now this isn't over. We're at 50%. This is not finished yet. If they come back, they can still take it. I've had times where we've had 99%, and then they come in and they stop the capture, and then they win. It sucks so much. So much. And there they all are.
Overtime.
Oh, I should have grabbed Torvald. Torvald, there it is. That went to Maeve, what? What? Where did they all go? Oh, Torvald must have ulted too. Dang it, well, this is game.
Victory.
Yeah!
Good game.
That's it, we won.
Good game.
So Torvald's ultimate is where he just knocks everybody away really far, and so he must have dropped his. I didn't even notice. Maybe he didn't. Maybe something else happened. But there were like 3 guys there, and then they were all gone when I used mine. Wow, in the bunch. That was a long time for it to actually hit anybody. But I'm sure glad that he got him. That would have been game if they had scored that right there. Well, that's Paladins, Champions of the Realm, so thank you so much for watching. Wow, I put out 170 on healing. Nice. Big scores, big scores. Yeah, Ying had the healing, and Grok was not healing so much. Did a lot of damage, and he had a lot of objective time. A lot of kills, too. So the tanks, that's where you see them the most, is that they put out a lot of shielding, and that's Fernando. Every time he's gonna have a lot on his shielding. He's just a big bullet sponge. That's really what he is. So, well, thanks for watching. I'll probably do this again sometime. I tried to do this just a little bit ago, my last match, but I had bad settings on my audio. My mic wasn't coming through for like the first 3/4 of it. So I decided to do it again. Glad I did. We lost that one. This one was a lot better match for making me actually look good. Good teams help a lot, so. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.